Thank you.
All right. Hi, I'm Magdalena Kazerski, and I'm a student at Mount Lake Terrace High School. I live in Briar. I'm here to address the board on an issue related to policy 3207 that deals with harassment, intimidation, and bullying. Unfortunately, last week I became the target of an intimidation problem. The problem happened during passing time at school, the school day, in front of many classmates. The incident was confrontational, embarrassing, and made me feel very unsafe. One of my teachers suggested talking to administration. I went in with my mother to see the vice principal. However, he seemed bothered that I was there to discuss the situation. He never gave me the opportunity to provide information, information about the incident, nor the time to address why I felt unsafe. He told me that a schedule change this late in the year was unwarranted and that I should be satisfied with an apology from the student. And to my understanding, I should be the one to seek the apology. That seemed ridiculous. I was there to ask to be separated from someone that made me feel unsafe, and I'm told to go get the person to apologize. He then proceeded to question me regarding whether I knew what yelling really was. His exact wording was, "How did you know he was yelling?" That totally put me on the defensive, and to me, it seemed like he said I was overreacting, that I was being too sensitive and emotional, which are often misogynistic comments made about women. His tone suggested that I really didn't know what intimidation or harassment was, and that I was just being dramatic. For me, his line of questioning escalated the situation and truly made for a more unpleasant situation. As a result of the meeting, my mother then contacted the principal, and he took a totally different approach in dealing with the problem. However, being on the student advisory committee of the school district, I felt compelled to say something. To put this in perspective, I come from a family of educators, teachers, principals, and superintendent. I get support and advice from the people that I know, and they understand the system, but not every student has that type of support. That makes the situation very inequitable and unfair. If this situation was frustrating and painful for me, what's it like for students that don't have that level of support? That's why I'm here, and ask you to remind the people responsible for dealing with harassment, intimidation, and bullying policies to truly follow what is written on paper. Get the information on the reporting form in writing or just by asking questions so there is a basis for making decisions. Also, please ask administrators to listen to students, have empathy, use appropriate questions, and most of all, do not minimize harassment, intimidation, and bullying without adequate information. Please provide training in this area. Sometimes reminders are necessary. It is critical that administrators also remind students that they have the right to file a report when they feel there is a violation of policy 3207. It is not enough to just post it and send it home at the beginning of the year. When a student seeks help, remind them they can file a harassment form. That one step will allow everyone to have the necessary information to make informed decisions before making absurd recommendations. I leave you this June, and my last words to you as a governing body are to never forget your board policies are only meaningful and effective if they are consistently and equitably implemented at the school level. Thank you.
Magdalena, thank you very much. I'm going to ask Dr. Miner to please follow up and to get back to us with the follow-up. We appreciate your courage in coming forward and sharing that with us. It should not have happened. I'm sorry that it happened. Next is Kristana Fadi.
Hello, my name is Kristana Fati and I reside in Linwood. I am a level 2 para-educator at Work Experiences, also known as Work Adjustment. I've worked and served people with disabilities for 20 plus years. I am here before you all today on behalf of my program and team at Work Experiences, and most importantly, the students we serve, to boldly advocate for a pause on a decision that was made to dissolve our current program into 5 high schools. It is not that I or our team do not support the idea of our program being offered in a high school setting, and it has always been a goal to support more students in our district and create opportunities for more access for what we offer, which you can see from the program handout is extensive and robust. Why we are advocating for a pause in this decision is for the following 3 reasons. 1, in the 30-minute meeting, when this decision was communicated to our team, it was asked by our team what the plan was. The response given and continues to be given by our management, there is no plan. Executing such a big impacting change without any plan seems unwise. 2, being that there is a very short period of time to come up with the plan and execute it and do it in such a way with transparency and the appropriate involvement of staff, students and families to provide a successful transition, there just simply is not enough time. Any decision made rashly and without proper planning and organize seems unwise. 3, to our understanding, this decision was not financially driven. However, being that there is great concern around our district budget and being financially wise, this decision would appear to create more spending that otherwise can be put to better use. We believe as a team we have possible solutions to the barriers presented to us at minimal to no cost to the district at this point. With that being said, this would be another example of how this lack of consideration seems to be unwise. This request is overall to advocate for people with disabilities in the greater scheme of things. DDA and DVR, as well as studies, suggest and support the importance of programs like this due to life outcomes after high school for people with disabilities. There is a bigger picture to be understood here. We are asking, please grant us our request and pause this decision so we can have more conversations and work towards better and more wise and responsible solutions for people with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Jack Gagnon.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm an Edmonds resident and the teacher at Work Experience. My name is Jack Gagnon, and I'm a certified teacher in special education and currently the teacher at Work Experiences. First, I would like to thank you, my colleagues, and my program for the opportunity to speak on behalf of Work Experiences. I have felt privileged to work with such dedicated staff and students and grateful that this is the program where I could be able to begin my teaching career. I am saddened by the decision to dissolve Work Experiences and move it to the high schools, and am asking for there to be a delay in this decision so more conversations can happen that would hopefully produce solutions that everyone could get behind. I and our team understand this decision has its advantages, and we understand as a district this is a decision you want to go with. But we want to be invited more into problem solving on behalf of the students we serve. Work Experiences has been providing necessary employment skills for students longer than I've been alive. In my 2 years of teaching, I've only begun to see the surface of what Work Experiences has accomplished, and I would like to see it continue to do this great work for our students with disabilities. I and our team understand this decision was justified due to needing to correct issues with students receiving the required credits needed for graduating without unique crediting, among other reasons we believe we can help solve. However, as a program, we have been supporting the case managers and teachers with the accrual of credits and would like to continue to do so, as well as think outside the box for other ways to do so. I have said it many times before, I am willing to teach whatever and wherever to see this program continue to exist in the way that it does today, and continue and grow and support with the valuable things being taught and trained on. One such example is the coffee business, where students have learned valuable customer skills such as how to take orders and provide good customer service. They have also learned how to keep their workspace clean, a valuable part of any job, particularly a business that serves food and drinks. It is in thanks part not only to our wonderful staff, students, and customers, but also the Edmonds Foundation, who supported us through this vision and provided much of the funding for our coffee room, and that has allowed us to have such a successful program. Overall, our concern is the lack of planning around how to successfully implement and replicate Work Experience on all high school campuses. While we are still finishing the school year, it'll be September again before you know it. My hope is that I, along with my team and other district employees, can work collaboratively to solve the issue with credits and ensure all students in IS programs are able to graduate on time. I also hope we can work collaboratively in creating a successful Work Experience program in the high schools when that time comes. I think the more people we invite to the table, the better, including students and their families. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Madden Hayford.
My name is Madden Hayford. I'm a 6th grade student at Lyndale Elementary School. I am here today to plead with you, do not cut the music and sports programs. I say this as a trumpet player and a basketball player. I am unsure that you truly know how much these programs mean to us students. For one, band is so much fun. The joy in that room, that happiness is amazing. I love band class so much. I have learned so many things. My sister, a third grader at my school, is looking forward to playing an instrument. She looks up to me with so much admiration as she hears me practice, hears me play, and listens to my stories of band class. She is always talking about what instrument she will learn, how she looks forward to band. It always makes me smile to know she looks up to me and my musical talents. But now, when she learned that elementary school band and orchestra may get cut, she was devastated. It makes me so sad to realize she may never get the amazing elementary musical experience I had. Elementary band is the foundation to middle, high school, and even college level band. How can we deny her the crucial building blocks of music she and other generations of musicians need? Next, being in a band or on a team gives us students a kind of family. We always know we can go to our fellow teammates or bandmates for help. They support us and give us something to be a part of. And for kids in a city like Linwood, this is crucial. 2 months ago, in my very own cul-de-sac, less than 20 feet from my house, someone was stabbed in a gang-related incident. There was a car crash, a fight, and finally, a horrible stabbing. I don't like to talk about it, but it shows that living in this city with crime on the uprise, we need positive groups to be a part of and friends to turn to. We all know about trusted adults, but sometimes a friend to make you laugh or get your mind off some bad things is really all you need. And sometimes making friends is hard. I don't know who my friends would be or if I would have supportive friends at all, if not for band and basketball. In cutting sports and band, did you know you may be cutting apart friendships that never got to be made? Or letting kids battle the hardships living in an increasingly dangerous city on their own without a positive group to turn to when things get rough? To conclude, I just want to say that my hope, every student's hope, is that we can solve this budget cut crisis without cutting our favorite activities, band or orchestra, and sports. I don't know what to do about the money and cuts, but I can only plead that you realize what you are doing by cutting music and sports. You are denying us essential elementary music, denying us the positive groups to belong to, and denying us the friendships that only happen on a team or band. So please, once more, don't cut the music and sports programs. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Sue Daniels.
Jesus and I would like to, I'm going to go off script because I didn't expect Jesus to come tonight. My name is Sue Daniels. I live in Everett. And you live in Edmonds?
No.
Linwood. Linwood, yeah. And I've been with the district for nearly 25 years and supervisor of the work adjustment, now referred to as the work experiences program that Jesus attends. I'm fortunate to have been part of the program's evolution, and I'm proud that what began over 40 years ago as a collaboration between school administrators, teachers, and a group of involved parents still exists today with the same heart that drives it. For those that are unfamiliar, the program serves multiple high schools. Jesus mentioned he goes to Linwood, and students with developmental disabilities. The program's designed similar to the other intra-district courses, where students are bused to the training center located at the Woodwick campus, where students are immersed in the world of work. The simulated workspace gives students a safe environment to experience the demands of the workplace and focus on learning the soft skills needed for their future success. Following that model, those parents and administrators started in the past, we still connect with area businesses, right? We do work for different companies to learn the skills that we need to be successful later in life. Let's see, about a week and a half ago, in a short meeting, our administrators shared with the staff that a decision was made to move this one-of-a-kind program to each of the 5 high schools. As program supervisor with more experience in vocational training and with our students than anyone in the district, I was shocked that I was not only left out of these important decisions, but that it was happening so fast and without a plan. I'm also wondering why there wasn't involvement from key people like Jesus. Our team and many in our education community don't support or feel it is in the best benefit to the students we all serve to do this at this time. I'm advocating for the people who came before me, the program, and for our students. I'm requesting a pause on this decision so more conversations and considerations can be had and more solutions can be explored for the sake of Jesus and all of our other students. Please grant this request to put a pause on this decision so many more conversations can be had. Do you want to add anything? What would you like to add? You love work?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're a great worker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you for your time. Can you thank everybody for their time?
Next up is Don Tran.
Hello, my name is Don Tran. Starting over. Hello, my name is Don Tran. I'm a former student of the schools here in Edmonds District, and I would like to make a comment about the recent music cuts here in the school district. I moved to Washington when I was around 10. That's around the same time that I was starting middle school. And 10-year-old me, out of boredom, I'm thinking, I decided to pick up saxophone. And it was that moment that probably changed my life forever. From that moment on, I would never have thought that I would make so many friends. I never knew that I had such a creative side to me. I never thought I would be going around performing so many venues, going to competitions. I never thought I would be performing on the big stages in front of thousands of people. I never thought I would have made my best friends in music. And I never would have thought that I would be able to get into my university of choice on a full ride scholarship just because I was involved in the music program. And I would like to think that it was all because I was lucky or it was all because of my hard work, but really it was because of all the people in the music program, whether they were there to learn or to teach, they were all there supporting each other so that they can achieve great things, important things, things that are important to them, things that are even important to society. I believe music is integral to society. I realize music programs aren't a lucrative business model for Edmonds School District or for school districts in general. And I know it's a complicated matter. It's not black and white. But I believe it's important. The most important thing is that we give these kids a choice. That they have the choice. If they want to go into robotics, they could. If they want to go into sports, they can. If they want to go into music or in the arts, they can. And I think they deserve that same level of backing and support that gave them the same opportunity that I was given. The opportunity to achieve many great things like I was able to, that I never would have done without the music program. So my request is just, please don't cut music from our schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Jason Moore.
Jason Moore, Linwood. Last special meeting, the board was discussing the cuts that we're discussing today for the budget, including firing up to 20 paraeducators, 15 technical professionals, and much more. It would be great if the staff, when they give presentations, could translate to a language that the people could understand instead of referring to these positions in decimal points and percentages. These are people in real positions. These are people with feelings, hopes, and dreams, not just another data set. We appreciate the board members who bothered to ask some questions to the staff. This shows the people in the district that you care enough to ask at least one question. But to the other board members, we find it very troubling that you are ready to vote yes on whatever the staff directs you to do so without even giving these people that you're ready to fire the decency or respect of even asking one simple question. We think you should reevaluate why you are serving the people on this board. It may be time for you to move on to something else. We support the teachers, the students, the parents in this district for their desire for more transparency, honesty, and justice when dealing with this district. Please remember, board members, this board is a check and balance to the staff, the district, the OSPI, and the state. As long as you are willing to act transparently, honestly, and efficiently, we will also support you. The people of this district are still demanding an answer to what happened as a result of these two female students who were knocked unconscious at 2 different high school bathrooms. What were the punishments? How was the district going to ensure this doesn't happen again? Next, the study sessions. When will this board start archiving video or audio recordings of these meetings? It would be very informative for the people of this district to have access to that to review when it's convenient for them. And just throw it out there one more time. Anybody from the district, parents, students, want to contact us, it's parentsforsafeschools@proton.me, parentsforsafeschools@proton.me. Thank you.
Director Kadams, I just wanted to say one quick thing to that. We did have, I know that I had an hour with Dr. Miner and Lydia. I believe each one of my colleagues did as well to discuss this budget stuff so that we could get a lot of our questions answered before showing up and here asking questions that we could already get answered easily from staff. So we did ask a lot of questions, and I would encourage anyone in the community who has their own questions. We are available via email. There are ways to get a hold of people. Happy to answer questions. No desire to not be transparent. You know, we have done our due diligence on this one.
Thank you. Next up is Rochelle Hume.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Hume. I live in Briar, have a 10th grader at Edmonds Woodway and a 4th grader at Briar Elementary, and this is my 6th year teaching general music at Briar Elementary. My main purpose today is to promote the amazing music teachers who have built a district-wide comprehensive music program based on sound research. This curriculum has been well designed to be equitable, engaging, excellent, and inclusive. Every student has an opportunity to become musical from the youngest age, to learn an instrument when their brains, bodies, and interests are at a peak, to participate in leveled programs in the middle and high schools that continue to develop their skills in creativity, collaboration, and community, culminating in high-level, award-winning ensembles that make our programs known throughout the state and beyond. Every part of this continuum was designed by a collaborative community of dedicated music teachers. Leaving out any of the parts will have lasting effects. I know the school board has to make some cuts, but I have also heard a few misconceptions from board members that I would like to clear up. Misconception 1, they're still getting music. All music classes are not created equal. 7th and 8th graders cannot access or perform the same levels of music. You cannot have a vibrant high school choral program without middle school choir, evidenced by the loss of our choir at Mount Lake Terrace High School last year. Cutting one thing impacts everything for years to come. Misconception 2. Other districts start instruments in 6th grade and have amazing programs. While technically true, all beginning instrumental programs are not created equal. Snohomish and Seattle have 6th grade beginning instruction 4 to 5 days per week versus our twice-a-week model. Those 6th grade students receive at least twice as much instruction as ours. Misconception 3. If the 5th and 6th elementary music model was to choose between band, orchestra, or general music, we could save enough money to keep 5th and 6th band and orchestra. The math doesn't work out. Based on staffing numbers from the district arts coordinator, this would only account for 15% of the money necessary to keep elementary band and orchestra. Misconception 4, we have to cut music. I completed the balancing act and did not cut any sports or music. It is possible. Misconception 5, cutting music saves money. In the short term, this may be true. In the long term, music classes are one of the most economical because they offer arts and CTE credits for graduation at a very low per student cost, because most music classes can and do operate at larger enrollment numbers. Building larger music programs is a more economical option, but that starts by building musicality and excitement beginning in kindergarten and continuing with amazing educators and opportunities throughout graduation. On a personal note, my quiet, anxiety-prone 10th grader has always found her voice, her place, and her belonging in music. From Robin Larson in general music and choir at Terrace Park to Jake Bergevin and Charlotte Reese at Edmonds Woodway, every music teacher has fostered her love of music, expanded her confidence, encouraged her creativity, and challenged her skill set.
I need to ask you, that's more than your 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Our family is incredibly grateful for this carefully designed continuum of excellence, and my 4th grader desires and deserves the same.
Thank you very much.
In closing, I urge you to honor the amazing educators who have made Edmonds a district known for music. Thank you.
I appreciate your comments, but I also appreciate people keeping to their time limit. The next person up is Larissa Piggott.
Good afternoon. My name is Larissa Piggott. I'm a resident of Mount Lake Terrace. I have a senior in Mount Lake Terrace High School. Every time when I come to school board meetings, I feel very nervous and emotional. It feels like as if I'm standing in front of the board of doctors and I'm advocating for a dying patient. Last year, during the board meetings, we heard the same comments over and over. The comment was, music is just an elective and should be treated the same as any other electives. Okay, let's disregard the benefits of the music program and its 8-year duration from elementary to high school and look at the data. Last year, the board had many elective patients and limited resources, and we understood that you have to make the cuts. Hundreds of people visited the music patient. Kids were crying in almost all board meetings, pleading to keep their music classes. The community members came in support of the program. The board received over thousands of emails and letters. A few visitors came to support a theater patient. As for the rest of the electives, nobody came. Nobody advocated for the rest of the electives because nobody cared enough. The school board decision was to keep the electives, which nobody advocated for, and cut the music program by 40% at Montclair Terrace High School. The music patient was severely damaged, regroup, replaced some limbs, but survived in hopes for a better future. Now we learn that the 5th and grades music classes are on the chopping board. So the rest I'm devoted to the members who do not agree with Dr. Kettings and Director Kramer. I really appreciate your comments about the performance arts. So the rest of my speech will be devoted to the members who do not support the music program, and it's fine for the cuts. So the elementary school classes are the foundation of the music program. They are their legs. Now the legs of the music patient will be cut off. Everybody here understands that eliminating 5th and 6th grades music classes will kill the music program. If all electives are supposed to get an equal treatment, why did we witness the music program being targeted so severely in comparison with other electives? I see that, and the questions come to my mind. What is the reason of this bias? I want to reply to the comment made by the school board member at the last board meeting. The comment was, parents should not be worried if 5th and 6th music classes are cut, because the district keeps the general music education class. I want to clarify that the general music education class does not teach students how to play musical instruments. I do not want the parents to be misled that everything will be okay. The school district should notify the parents of the 5th graders that the kids will discontinue playing musical instruments next year. The school board talks a lot about equality and now you're eliminating the equal opportunity for all the students to have a free music education. Thank you.
Next up is Liam Salas.
Hello, my name is Liam Salas, and sure. So my name is Liam Salas, and I'm an alumnus of Edmonds High School, and I want to share some of my personal experiences and why I think the music program should be protected. So when I was a freshman going into high school at Woodway, I came from a really small class of about 25 kids in the 8th grade. My freshman year was really hard for me because I would walk through the halls every day, and I have never been surrounded by so many people and have never felt so alone. I would wake up a lot feeling like there was no point in waking up. I'd feel like that I didn't matter, and that sticks with you for a long time. And it's obviously still really hard for me to talk about. I mean, I'm laughing now, but like this is not funny. There was one thing that I knew I could depend on that I did look forward to going to every day, and that was going to jazz band every day. I started off in the 3rd jazz band, and certainly not the first that year. It was one of the best bands I've ever heard. Not the 2nd, but Jazz 3. And the more time I spent in that band room, the more time I spent talking to people, the more time I spent playing my instrument, I felt like I had a reason to exist. Taking away the music programs at middle schools, high schools, takes away an opportunity for kids who are severely depressed like me to find an opportunity for them to have some kind of sense of community, to feel like they belong, and to give them a reason to wake up every day. I believe that, the school board is full of good people that want to do the right thing, but ultimately taking away the music departments at so many schools is ultimately an act of cruelty that I know none of you want to do. So I just implore you to find a way, make it happen, do whatever it takes to make it happen, because these music programs this isn't some game that you can just cut. This isn't some club you can just cut. Music is a very, very difficult learned skill that needs instruction from real teachers. You can't just, it is extremely difficult to just teach yourself how to read or play an instrument at any level, let alone at the level of a beginner. And that is something that needs to be protected. And I know I'm running short on time, but I'll leave you with this. I'm not some musical genius. I'm about to graduate the University of Washington from their engineering department as a direct admit to the College of Engineering. And every day I wish that I went to music school to carry on the tradition of jazz music. Every day I think about it, and every day I regret not doing it.
Thank you. Next is Alex Weber.
Hello. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional right now because Liam is my partner who I met in the jazz band. I'm also a student at the University of Washington and an alumnus of Edmonds School District. And I'd like to talk about solutions with you. I know you've heard a lot about the friendships made in band, and I don't think I need to say any more on that at this moment. But for people who don't know what's going on in the high schools, when I was going into high school, there were 7 bands total. There were 3 orchestras, 4 orchestras, 3 choirs, and now they're about to be like 1 or 2 of each. And it really speaks to the priorities of the school board and the people that are like coming here, and what is happening in the budgeting is not matching up. Liam and I went to the state legislatures, and they referred us to you guys. You guys are referring us back to them, and I'd love to talk with one or a few of you about solutions to that and how we can actually make something happen. We were thinking about making a petition, but it's hard to find information about like where to go and what to do to actually make an impact. Obviously, it will take a long time, but we plan to be here every school board meeting, every state legislature meeting, just to show us that we're here, we're listening, we're watching, and we hope that you will make the best decisions for us and our students and our bands. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Alex. And please reach out to either Karen Chase, who's the legislative rep, or me, or both of us. And we would love to have you get involved with our advocacy campaigns that we're going to be doing, because it's kind of ironic that the state legislature turned you back to us. But we would love to get your involvement. So please reach out to us. Thank you. Next is Paris Bortz.
Hi, my name is Paris Bortz, and I'm a 5th grader taking orchestra at Terrace Park Elementary. And I'm concerned that you are considering getting rid of band and orchestra for elementary schools due to lack of funding. Please rethink this option. I know many of my fellow students have waited a very long time to have the chance to play an instrument, myself included. Would you really want to rid us of that option now after years of waiting for this opportunity just to throw it all away? There's a girl, she really cares about this cause, along with a lot of others, and she, if you are to rid us of music, is already planning to make a system to make it possible for anyone who can't afford private lessons to have a shot at it. She's doing commissions, and all that money she makes from doing that goes to helping people who can't afford practices. This shows just how much this means to her, to all of us. I bet you've already seen the posters my peers have put on the walls. Would you really rid us of all of us of a cause that we are so passionate about? So passionate that I'm talking to you all right now. Would you really rid us of such opportunities? And when I say us, I say all of us, first graders, all the way to fourth, never having the chance to make such beautiful music. It's tragic, is it not? Never having a peek at such wonderful things. I beg you to reconsider this. And there's so many different options that we can do instead to cut the budget. Do we really need a brand new curriculum? We already learn so much from the ones we have. So why would we need a new one if we already have everything we need? Please, please give us a chance to have music in our lives. And this is just a small example of representing how passionate Terrace Park Elementary is, which my friend Lucia passed around in 5th grade. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Steve Mossman.
Steve Mossman, Montlake Terrace resident. It has come to my attention that there have been serious violations of people's God-given, constitutionally protected civil rights by the staff of Edmonds School District and the staff of the schools within the district. It has presented itself via discrimination of students wishing to have groups or club activities on campus, but being refused space to meet or willing teacher oversight by school staff leadership. These discriminations also seem to be instigated by something as simple as one or two people stating that the beliefs of the group offends them or has said something that hurts their feelings. What may be an offense to one is encouragement to another. I would like to remind the board members and the superintendent that the United States Constitution and the Washington State Constitution, which you all swore an oath to, allows people to freely assemble, freely speak disagreeable words, and to hold contrary beliefs without fear of reprisal or discrimination, no matter who may be offended. The bigger irony of this situation is that the logic for inflicting this discrimination is being based on a law recently enacted by the state legislature, Senate Bill 5427, which does not even go into effect until the beginning of next year. Even when it does, it is highly unlikely that the use of this law in situations like this would be applicable or hold up to scrutiny due to the conflict with the rights spelled out by the First Amendment of the Constitution or Article 1, Sections 4 and 5 of the Washington State Constitution. Actions like these have had lawsuits filed against them all around the U.S., and courts have continually ruled in favor of the people or groups being discriminated against. If such actions were to continue by district personnel, serious legal suits could be filed, leaving open the offending parties to personal liabilities and judgments, and the district to potentially huge monetary damages and penalties. Remember, inequality for one is an inequality for all. Thank you.
Next are Kaylee Marquise and Mila Abdelmalek. Abdelmalek?
Hi, our names are Mila Abdelmalek and Kaylee Marquis, and we are 6th graders from Cedar Way Elementary. We are here to discuss why we should... Hi, our names are
Mila Abdelmalek
and Kaylee Marquis, and we are 6th grade students from Cedar Way Elementary. We are here to discuss why we shouldn't eliminate band and orchestra. We will be going mainly on with facts for this comment.
Orchestra members can make new friends and learn to cooperate and collaborate.
Teamwork. Orchestra members learn to listen, harmonize, and follow direction.
Orchestra members are accountable to themselves and audience and their peers.
Orchestra members can set aside worries and enjoy a fun activity and feel like they are away from all their stress.
Music training can improve your math comprehension, spectacle, and pattern
recognition, languages, and problem-solving skills. Learning to play an instrument can increase your physical coordination. Music training can increase your creativity and ability to view problems from different perspectives. Music can be a healthy outlet for your emotions. Music training can teach you self-discipline. You can learn that you can do things. You can learn to set goals and achieve them. You can learn to focus. You can learn how to fix flaws. You can learn leadership and fellowship. You can learn about history and literature about an arts and cultural perspective. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next is Stephen Keeler.
My name is Stephen Keeler. I'm a resident of Edmonds, Washington. I'm a taxpayer with no children in public schools. Superintendent Minor, you probably remember at the most recent board meeting, 2 high school sophomores from Edmonds Woodway spoke on climate change and curriculum possibilities. I found their comment to be of both interest and relevant. I didn't take the opportunity to check their site on Pew Research, but I have no reason to doubt the intention and the relevance of what they were speaking about. I did, however, find it necessary to go to the Pew Research website and do some further checking myself. I have provided a document, a single page, to each of the board members and you, and there might be several extras which you can keep. I would ask, if possible, if you could forward that document to both students at the high school. I think it would be beneficial for them to see it. In summarizing tonight, I feel it is important for students to be able to access data, run appropriate analysis, and reach their own conclusions based upon a balance of inputs. Students must be able to identify sources of data error and understand how instrumentation may induce such. Agencies such as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the United States Department of Commerce, the National Snow and Ice Data Center, and the United States Climate Reference Network are valuable resources, and students must be introduced to them. Can this happen in a district climate change curriculum? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Keeler. And I want to just say I couldn't agree with you more. One of my children is now the executive director of the U.S. Climate Alliance, and I am well aware of the importance of us protecting the climate, or everything we're talking about to try to help our students sort of pales in comparison to saving our environment. And your discussion of the need for science, thinking, reasoning, being able to check research are critical thinking that we have to make sure our kids learn. So I appreciate your comments. Next is Billy Kennedy.
Hi, excuse me, Billy Kennelly. It's okay, it's fine. I live in Edmonds, born and raised. Love Edmonds School District. A good friend of mine, Frank DeMuro, a good friend and a mentor of mine, he told me years ago, he says, Billy, look around. He goes, look at all these districts around here. What do you see? Why are they successful? Let's look at the successful ones. And he said, and I'm like, and I'm young, and I'm like, so what are you getting at here? And he goes, they got strong music and arts at their core. And I'm like, okay, I got to do my research. I got to back this up. And I did. And music and arts in all of these, the most successful districts in our state, had music and arts at its core thriving. And it wasn't a coincidence. It's just a fact. I love Edmonds School District, but I think it's a major reason why it is a successful district, honestly. I want to keep it to that point at a core, at a curriculum. It's at a state level, and it should be at Edmonds School Districts at its level. I got 4 boys. They're all into music. They love music. They're all baseball players. They all went through Lindale Little League. I was helping with the sound system one evening, and we're getting things ready, and because we want to advocate kids to join in, and we're ready, and these little kids are ready to go to announce the game, and one of the parents is like, because the kid was stumbling a little bit, and he's like, no, we got it, don't worry about it. And I'm like, whoa, hey, how are you going to get the next, Rick Riz or Dave Niehaus if you don't let these kids start? We need these feeder programs in place. Anybody that starts music as a later adult, they're going to enjoy it thoroughly, but they're not going to. The advancement starts at an early age. We need these feeder programs. It's very important. The other thing, just to keep on a lighter note, I support it as much as I can. I can't tell you how much I've tried to support and keep it out of such a wealthy sport. It has to stay in the public schools. It's vital. I supported being my kids in baseball, an Aqua Sox game, and they wanted me to do an ad in the program. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do an ad. You bet. And I put a 5th grader on a cello, and I said, dream big on the caption, and below it, I said, there's more to life than baseball. And there is. And so I'm challenging you for the next few days, please, instead of turning on the news in the morning or the Today Show, put on a record. Maybe put on Alexa and listen to the California Honey Droppers, okay? It will change, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Carolyn Harvey.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Harvey. I live in Edmonds, and I'm a parent of an 11th grader at Mount Lake Terrace High School. I'm here to support the elephant. Last year, as we know, Terrace lost several classes. Those changes have been really impactful for us. From that experience, I chose to get educated. I wanted to learn more about the budget challenges, what happened, and along with other parents, I volunteered to partner with you to better understand the root causes. I've learned a ton this past year, some of it thanks to a few of you, and so thank you for that. But probably one of the most important things that I have learned is that you serve a community that is smart, passionate, creative, and engaged, really engaged. And this is a gift. We're here prioritizing our students' education, and we're asking to be part of a solution. Some of our advocacy has caused conflict, defensiveness, and I think that distracts from our potential. We all know there isn't enough money to go around. But if you can put us to work, figure out how to bring this community together, you'll have a powerhouse that can't be stopped. So here we are again. I'm advocating for performing arts. And knowing that we have programs to save, I feel confident that our community will continue to advocate and work with all of you to drive adequate necessary funding from the state. but we need your help to bridge the next year, maybe a couple years, so that we have something to fight for. In the past month, the Mount Lake Terrace High School Jazz One Ensemble won both their division and the sweepstakes at Newport Jazz Festival. They performed at the Paramount Theater on stage with 5 top high schools from the area, from the greater Seattle area. And just this weekend, they won their group competition and the festival sweepstakes at the University of Idaho Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival in the past month. Instead of eliminating the foundations that these award-winning programs need, I ask that you find a way to protect our elementary ensembles, protect our foundations, and all of our music education in the district. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn, and also for all the advocacy that you've been helping us with. Next is Jennifer Castle.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Castle. I live in Edmonds. I'm the parent of 11th grader at Edmonds Woodway High School, and I'm also the president of the Music Boosters there. I'm here to talk about things we know, things we don't know, and partnerships. So first, what we know. We know you guys are sitting here tonight because you chose to serve the public and students. We appreciate that. We know you have tough choices to make this budget season, and we have tough cuts to endure. We also know the budget can be balanced without cutting 5th grade orchestra and band. And we know that those that did not take the balancing act seriously this year will not make that mistake again. They will fill it out as we go forward. And we also know that there will be more cuts that aren't announced yet in music ensembles at the secondary schools. And we know the documented benefits of ensemble programs on graduation rates, attendance. We know students report a sense of belonging, emotional well-being, collaboration, commitment, communication. And lastly, we also know that music parents are good citizens that don't just care about music. We care about our overall schools. And we know that if the schools are properly funded in other areas, it will also help music. What we don't know is why can't the contractual problem be solved so 5th grade instrumental music is the requirement? We don't know if music programs are being disproportionately cut because we don't know anything about what's going on with the secondary building cuts as we're gathered here tonight. We don't know if secondary music classes are cut, what the impact will be on the overall graduation rates if less students are in music. What will attendance look like for kids in music who we didn't know were on the margins because they came to school happily because of music, or the mental health of these students if they cannot participate in ensemble music. On a practical matter, where will students in large ensembles go if cuts are made? Some classes are twice as big as a regular class, so once those students are out making other choices for electives, where will they be in 2 classes instead of 1 ensemble? Will FTE need to be added down the line to house these kids for those classes? Finally, let's talk about partnerships. We can do great things when we work together. Think about the bond. After failing back in 2018, 2019, many parents this year joined the Yes for Kids, and the music boosters at our school, Mount Lake Terrace, rallied to fill volunteer hours, make phone calls, promote involvement with our schools through partnerships with PSO and other groups. And it passed. And that was a lot of fun working on that. I'm inviting everyone listening tonight to me talk to say, get involved with legislative advocacy. The time is now leading into the big budget and a longer session next year. Write the legislators, participate in town halls, and stay tuned for call-outs for action in the coming months from the parent groups. Lastly, as we partner, 8 seconds. As we partner with you for mutual objectives with the state, we also want you to partner with us as our representatives and our voices to keep ensemble music. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer, and also for all of the work that you've been doing on behalf of advocating for all of our kids. Next is Kira Miller.
Hello, my name is Kira Miller, and I'm here to discuss getting rid of band and orchestra. Orchestra is one of the things that I have been doing for 2 years. along with other extracurricular activities. And I understand that other things that may be getting eliminated are also very important. But in my opinion, I think orchestra is very, very important. But other things, like I know that the kindergarten fair may be important to other people, but I know that orchestra is important to my entire orchestra class, the entire 5th grade class. The 5th grade class has almost 40 students. And then the 6th grade class has about 20 to 30. And band, I have no idea how much they have, but I know it's probably a lot. And then looking at the quad concert I attended earlier this year, there were over 300 participants. And after 5th grade gets eliminated, if it does, which I personally hope it does not, I know after 5th grade, if 5th grade gets eliminated, then all of the other grades get affected. And then 5th grade, it'll go to 6th grade. 6th grade, it'll go to 7th, and so on and so forth. If 5th grade gets eliminated, then that just basically eliminates the entire future of band and orchestra. I am very emotional about this and care a lot about band and orchestra. I have loved music my entire life. And orchestra was something I have looked forward to ever since I was in at least 1st grade. 1st grade, I remember walking the halls and going to the office because I needed a Band-Aid or something. And I heard orchestra playing in the library or some kind of music. And on the other ear, I heard band. I had no idea which one it was, but I heard it. And I remember thinking, I want to do that. I want to be that cool person. And I heard it, and it made my entire life change for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Thank you. And last is Marissa Cortez.
Marisa Cortez, good evening. I'm a current mom of elementary student and a proud mom of former student. Many of you know, can you say your name? I'm Michelle. And we are here talking about the amazing program, Work Experience. Work Experience, me as a mom, I can tell you, is amazing because I trust on the staff. I trust on the capacity that they have to help our students. They support them to be independent individuals for the real life. That relationship between students is amazing. Also, they have that collaboration with the community, so they can come in the community, spend time in the real works. And I just want to ask you to double check, triple check, and take this program really serious, because it's not about just numbers, it's about persons. It's about how can be part of this community as individuals. And Michelle, can you share how you learn in work experience?
I learned about work path, to shopping, what else? Working at a giant store, I get education, yes. I like it. I meet new friends. Yes. I have my octopus.
Thank you so much, and I just want to say this. This amazing program helped a lot to be independent students, independent individuals in our community. Thank you.
On behalf of the whole board, I want to thank everybody who's come tonight to make comments. The passion and caring that you all show is the strength that we have in our community. And we've just got to keep that going and keep working together to try to do the best we can for all our kids. So thank you for everybody who took the time to come out and tell us what you think. Next on the agenda is our consent agenda. This is the